I've not been brought up like that, Randeep,
Yeah.
For example, and the credit of that has to go to my mother, where home was home, When my father came back home from work, he wasn't this legendary, iconic superstar. He was dad.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere at home was very normal. And then when I came into the film industry, I realized that you will only achieve on your own merit. It's not going to help you, who your parents are or who you're married to. As all wives do, they put your life into focus and put you back on track. She said, yeah, but put it this way, for the first time in your life, you actually got to spend an entire year with your family, and your family is safe and healthy today.
True.
And when she said that, apart from being appreciative of having, thankfully, such a wonderful and sensible wife, it's so true. It took me a good amount of time to get my first film, and I completely understand and respect all the directors that were not comfortable working with me, and I understand their point of view. At that point of time, it's very difficult as a young, eager newcomer to understand, but I understand it. And the first time he gave it to me was actually for my second film, Tera Jadoo Chal Gaya.
Okay.
But that was for another reason. Then when I did Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, he sent me flowers. And during Guru, he sent me flowers.
I think Big Bull is going to be that.
Since then, he hasn't. So please, I'm feeling a bit left out.
So what do I say about the star that I'm interviewing today? From the first time I met him to today, he genuinely belongs to a huge legacy but has no entitlement, no sense of entitlement. He's the kindest, warmest human being that you will ever meet. So welcoming Abhishek Bachchan in conversation with Bollywood Bubble. Thank you for doing this, finally.
Thank you, Narendra, for those very kind words.
Abhishek, that is exactly a common or a unanimous opinion on you, if I may say. Like, even in the media fraternity, there are times when people do discuss that, this person is arrogant and this person is not well behaved. I have never come across somebody who has come and said that, Abhishek is brash. And chalo, I can be biased, but not everybody will be biased. How do you lead such a life where you don't have that sense of entitlement? Did that never cross your mind also?
Sense of entitlement. I don't think I have anything to be entitled about. I'm just a normal guy, trying to make movies and enjoy himself. And that's it. I've not been brought up like that, Randeep,
Yeah.
For example, and the credit of that has to go to my mother, where home was home, When my father came back home from work, he wasn't this legendary, iconic superstar. He was dad.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere at home was very normal. And there was never any preferential treatment given to either my sister or I. And it was just very normal and grounded. And it was a completely normal middle-class upbringing. And the one thing I was very clear of when I became a film actor was, at the end of the day, whatever you achieve has to be on your own merit. And then when I came into the film industry, I realized that you will only achieve on your own merit. It's not going to help you, who your parents are or who you're married to. At the end of the day, when the audience is in that theatre, they're going to be watching you. They bought a ticket to your film.
True.
If they want to see Amitabh Bachchan, Jaya Bachchan or Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, they'll buy a ticket to their movies and go see it. Why would they come to my movies? So you have to, just do what you have to do. I love being part of the film industry in whatever capacity. I love being an actor. I love the fact that we get the opportunity to fulfill our dreams on a daily basis. And then that's it, nothing else changes beyond that. So you have to just be true to who you are, and that's just the kind of person I am.
AB, your career has seen a lot of highs and lows, in parts, in bits and parts. And whenever you've come back stronger and hit it really hard. It's like hit it out of the park. I remember having this conversation with you during Man Marzia, and you had said, you were talking about the professional low that you had gone through and the time that you had taken off to look back at the choices that you were making at films. Post that, the kind of film choices that you have made, or the project choices, whether it's Breathe, whether it's this, whether it's, Dasvi, they speak really highly of concepts and your talent. Do you feel that professionally the time that you took off you has been utilized the best way to come up with projects like this? Because there was a point of time when people thought you were down and out and you came back with Yuva. There was a point of time when you came back with Guru. And this is also in a very similar space, a hard-hitting drama. So how do you see this whole thing? Have you ever thought of it that way?
No. I'm just very happy and lucky, that I'm getting the work that I'm getting. That directors find me capable enough to do the work that they're offering me. I think an actor is very lucky if his lineup is Breathe, Ludo, Big Bull, Bob Biswas, and Dasvi. Just the sheer variety of that is something that is every actor's dream, and I'm not going to take it for granted. I'm going to work very hard and continue to do what I love doing, and hopefully get the opportunity to continue doing what I love doing, and that's about it. I find it very awkward to say anything else.
But even when you don't want to look at it that way, the kind of reception that Breathe and Ludo gave you, and the kind of reception that the trailer of The Big Bull has got, does it give you a sense of validation? Because eventually you're making a film or a project for the audience, and the fact that audiences are loving it. You had told me that you had become complacent in your film choices at one point, and that is why you had taken that break. Does it give you that sense of validation that whatever you thought
Absolutely. Absolutely. Actors would usually shy away from talking about their validation, but the point is, let's be very honest. A film being accepted or your work being accepted and praised is validation of your work. And that's partly why we do what we do as well. And there's nothing wrong in saying that. I think there are far too many notions that are attached to being an actor that are meant to be taboo. But there's not. We're all here to entertain our audiences. We're here because part of us, apart from creative satisfaction, you also want to hear the applause. You want to get that pat on the back saying, job well done. That's a large part of being an actor, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Why do we try and stay away from it in our false attempt at being humble?
Yeah.
I love it when the films that I work in do well. I love it when the audience gives me positive feedback. I'm concerned when my films don't do well. I'm concerned if I don't get good feedback for my work. I learn from it. The great thing about life is, I think we have to stop looking at the opportunities that God places in front of us as a success or a failure. There's success and there's learning. There's no such thing as failure. And the minute it becomes a failure and is classified as a failure, then you're done. That's when you should put that final punctuation mark on your work and say, okay, that's it. If that's not what you're prepared for and you want to continue, then you have to turn that failure into a learning and move on. And you only succeed if you learn how to fail first. So I think we also kind of put too much pressure on what success means. The sheer fact that you've heaped these wonderful praises, I wear that as a huge medal of success, that today people can speak about me and the work that I've done. The fact that you've liked the trailer is, I think, a huge achievement for Cookie, who had this dream 5-6 years ago to make this film. It's the small things that count as well, Narandeep, and that's very important. And that's how it should be. I think that the lockdown has taught everybody is our definition of success also changes a lot. I think we are so busy chasing material things that we forget what's really important. The fact that, I'm always asked, what did you do during the lockdown? What have you learned? Some people have learned to cook something new. Some people have picked up a new language and a new skill set. And I feel very overwhelmed, and I was speaking to my wife about it. And as all wives do, they put your life into focus and put you back on track. She said, yeah, but put it this way, for the first time in your life, you actually got to spend an entire year with your family, and your family is safe and healthy today.
True. And
when she said that, apart from being appreciative of having, thankfully, such a wonderful and sensible wife, it's so true. We get to go home, do what we love doing all day and go home to a healthy and happy family. That's successful.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter if you're living, in a mansion or in a hutment. As long as you can smile and put a smile
Yeah.
on the face of your loved ones, what else matters?
Like you said that you've been compared to Sir for the longest time, for your entire life actually. Not many people know that your first film was actually, like, it happened way later, and there were directors who were not really comfortable taking you on board because there was an added pressure of you being Mr. Amitabh Bachchan's son. You've never really spoken about it, and even when people talk about that whole chatter, your name is never there, which is a great thing. But people don't know this side to the story as well.
क्या बोलूं मैं? It took me a good amount of time to get my first film, and I completely understand and respect all the directors that were not comfortable working with me, and I understand their point of view. At that point of time, it's very difficult as a young, eager newcomer to understand, but I understand it. I mean, life is not easy for anyone. Like I said, at the end of the day, you have to wake up every morning and fight for your place under the sun. And life does not favor anybody and doesn't give anybody exceptions. What life will give you an advantage of in one situation will make it a disadvantage in another situation. So, nature has this fantastic way of balancing things out. You have to respect everybody's journey, everybody's struggle, and just be positive through the whole thing.
How did your family react to the whole trailer? Also, I want to ask you along with this, because your family always has kind responses to what you do, but your father sends flowers to everybody for great performances. I want to tell him that he should send you one for Breathe and send you one for Ludo. I will put it out, and he must. I don't know, maybe he's thinking.
Please tell him.
I will tell him, because you deserve it. And Cookie, I think you will also agree that he deserves it.
I've received his flowers.
For?
The first time he gave it to me was actually for my second film, Tera Jadoo Chal Gaya.
Okay.
But that was for another reason. Then when I did Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, he sent me flowers. And during Guru, he sent me flowers.
I think Big Bull is going to be that.
Since then, he hasn't. So please, I'm feeling a bit left out.
Exactly. I think that's the biggest validation that actors have today, getting flowers from her. I always get it from my mother that Abhishek is the best person that she knows, and she loves you. And all the best to the team. I know that AB, you will always be special for all good reasons. And just remember that we are always there with you, and we will always be there to watch your film, love you.
Thank you, Noel.